Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. This is my Kioritz SRM 200DA. The problem that I've been having is absolutely no spark at all. Whatever I do, I've checked everything, and I took the whole thing apart, and basically I just loosened the throttle cable, took out the spark plug. Once the screws are removed, it's very easy to just separate the two. Because there was absolutely no spark at all, I decided to have a look at the coil. So this cover here where the starter rope is in, it's just held on with 4 screws. And these little arms, when the starter rope is pulled, these little arms engage into the cutouts on the inside there. So now I'm just going to take them off. So the coil is inside there, and I first of all got to undo this nut so I can get this cover off. So before I loosen that nut, I'm just going to hold this very tightly on the clutch side, so I can use a spanner and undo the nut. And when I finally take this cover off, I think you're going to get a big surprise. I certainly did. I've been working on these machines for 15 years and I've never seen anything like it. So first of all, I'm going to put a little nut over there. Now the cover should come off, and you will see that it has points and a condenser. Do a close-up view of that. There's a condenser, and there are the points. As I rotate the flywheel, you can see that the points are opening and closing. So now I'm just going to check my coil to see if that is the problem. I put my multimeter onto the 20k ohms. Ohms is like a upside down horseshoe. Then I put the red lead into the spark plug boot. I wedged it in between that metal coil and the rubber on the side. And then with the black lead I touched the side of the coil. And as I do that, this is the reading that I got, to be between 5 and 6. So because this machine is at least 35 years old, it's actually impossible, I've been trying for a month, impossible to get spare parts. So I managed to get a second-hand one, and the guy says that this came off a working machine. So I'm just going to give it a shot. This is the coil, there's a condenser, and there are the points. Only problem I have is that it came like that, with spark plug boot is completely broken off. I have to try and work that out. So now I'm slowly but surely going to take everything apart. I'm going to start off with these 2 screws that hold the coil in. And the points are held on by that little screw there, which is also the adjusting screw. So now I'm putting everything back together again. Start off by putting the condenser in place and screwing it in. And now I'm putting the little screw in that attaches the points. And I'm now going to tighten the 2 screws which hold the coil in place. And then I'm going to put some insulation tape over the coil And now I'm going to put the cover back on again, and with magnets on this side, away from the coil, and then I'm going to turn it until the magnets are in line with the coil. And now the two magnets, after I've turned it, two magnets are on this side, and they have drawn the coil into the correct position with the tape in between. And now I'm just going to tighten it up away from the magnets and then pull it off, and then I can take the tape off. I have no idea what the points gap is supposed to be, but I've just set it at 0.4 millimeter, which is the same as my car. So now I can put the flywheel back on again, and then the flat washer, the spring washer, and finally the nut. And so that I can tighten that nut properly, I'm just putting a lot of string into the spark plug hole into the cylinder. So when I turn the motor, the piston will come up right to that rope and stop, like there. And then I can tighten the nut. So now I have reconnected the shaft to the body. I've just connected the throttle cable, so that's working alright. And now I've put in the 4 screws for the starter rope housing. We're just about to give it a try and see if it works. So let's give it a shot.